Sometimes I don't know if I'm a feminist or I'm just dead inside. I officially turned to 30 a few days ago. It's an age where your parents begin to give up on the hope of you getting married and having kids in China. They even chipped in when I told them that I needed to buy an apartment. So now, even if I die alone, at least I die alone in my own apartment. I do feel some drastic changes in my state of mind over the past few years. Like at the age of 25, I may complain a lot to my girlfriends about how hard it was to find true love in the world. And gradually, the complaint changed into how come it was so hard even to find a normal guy. And now we found that even a clean dick was rare. At first, I just thought, okay, maybe marriage wasn't made for me. And gradually, I found out that, okay, maybe relationship wasn't for me either. And now I have to give up on sex. It's not like that I had to be with guys. Like, it's better for me not to be with guys, because every time I decided to be with someone, it usually leads to huge disasters. But still, it makes me question what went wrong. Is my problem or is the world's problem? Well, people usually say that it's definitely your problem. Well, it's not people, it's my therapist. Well, but I just don't know how people fall in love with each other. I never know there are other ways to fall in love except for being crazy. Because the only kind of love that I acknowledge is what we call passionate love. Then I learned that passion is basically some sort of mental illness. I just read a scientific study that says the obsession stimulates the same brain area as OCD does. Yeah, but now I'm like mentally stable, independent. Most importantly, I have self-esteem. It's impossible for me to fall in love with guys anymore. Well, I also try to turn to my sisters for some advices, but their advices are just as empty as men's promises. Like they always say, don't worry too much, you will get married eventually. But that's not my problem. It's very easy to get married. It just takes a blind courage and optimism to get married. You can drink a few cups of vodka, have some unprotected sex, then eventually everybody can get married. And they also said just to focus on your career, as if I have one. You can, once you get enough money, you can lay whoever you want. Well, that seems to be an option, but the only problem is the capitalism is not more merciful than the patriarchy. It's not that easy to get rich either. Well, but eventually I find my ultimate salvation: cats. I adopted 2 cats 1 year ago. I think I'm definitely going to have more. So at the age of 30, I finally figured out what's the thing between spinster and cats. Well, at least I figured out something. Well, I also think it's a good thing that at the age of 30, I already accept the fact that I'm going to die alone with 8 cats, hopefully in a big house. So, happy birthday to me.